Good morning, you guys. Welcome to my live. I got a lot to talk to you about today, so I hope you guys are gonna stay tapped in until the end. You guys, I got a question for you. I'm maybe gonna write it in here. I'll write the question so you guys know what I'm talking about off the hop. So if you join my live, you'll know what I'm talking about. Have you or your child ever been discriminated? And you guys, this is my first topic of the day. For anybody that's just joining right now, read my question. It says, "Have you or your child ever been discriminated?" Okay, you guys. My children are all in Cardston. My older kids are not. I believe they're at a different school, Kainai or something. I didn't want my children to ever go to Kainai for the reason of the curriculum. It's kind of adjusted. And if you guys don't know what the ATA, that's the Alberta Teachers Association. I had a brother, Keon Weaselhead. I'm gonna put that into my question, you guys, too. Do you guys remember Keon Weaselhead? Keon passed away, you guys. He was sick. I believe he had cancer. Um, Keon was awesome, you guys. He was a principal in 2000, I mean 2000 in 1996, I believe, January. I just I just entered the Kainai Middle School. That's Gisabu. That was the first ever time anybody ever set foot in that building was fortunately when I started grade 6 out there. And you guys, I met a lot of friends out there, and that's where I learned how to fight. Um, I learned how to fight because if you're just joining my live, check out the questions, guys. Those are the topics that I'm on. Anyways, 2006, you guys, that's where I started, and Keon Weaselhead was the principal, or was it Linda? Linda, his wife. I think his wife was the principal, and he was a teacher. I can't remember, but anyways, Keon Weaselhead, you guys. He taught me about the ATA, the Alberta Teachers Association. And I used to argue with Keon. I told Keon, I really respect that you're teaching our children, the native way. But Keon, wouldn't it be fair if the ATA was just one and we didn't have to separate it with a native ATA? Because they have I don't know if it's called Aboriginal, Alberta Aboriginal Teacher Association, but it's for it's the Aboriginals anyways. And I uh I used to argue with him, and he liked arguing with me because he knew that I knew my shit. So for that reason, I would always have like a smart conversation with him. And the reason why I feel like we should be one is because we're all human. That's the way we should be looked at. And we shouldn't be looked at like you guys are going off this reconciliation bullshit that was in our grandparents' time or maybe our parents' time. Um, Whatever happened happened. There's so much discrepancies. Were we here before melanated people? That kind of bullshit. Were we here? You guys, fuck all that bullshit. Why can't we just all get together as one and have a simple, one big, one big thing, you guys? I'm gonna show you guys something here. I wanted my kids to join the basketball this year at Cardston, and Carson did what they usually do. They sent out a letter on January 6th and said anybody wants to join the basketball team, you guys got to have an email in and a letter in by January 5th. They do that all the time, you guys, and that's why I'm making this video because this really pisses me off that they always send these when it comes to certain sports, they will and if they got it all figured out, maybe they had a discussion because of parent teacher interview, and for some reason these topics pop up when we're having a parent teacher interview. So my guess is they go into some discussion about it, and then they do some fuck shit like this and say, "Oh, on January 6th, we sent a letter out for everybody for their students if their kids want to join the basketball team," and then say that, "Oh no, this letter clearly says that you have to speak to Corey at on the 5th on the yesterday." So that's what I don't get, eh? So for that reason, you guys, Keon Weaselhead, hey, we used to argue, and I used to tell Keon, why don't we just have some bullshit like that? You know, why don't we just go do that? And this way, we don't have to have a native team. We don't have to have a white team, native versus white. You know, we had cowboys and Indians back in the day. This is just an intellectual way of saying we want to continue down that road. And you guys, it's a dangerous road, you know. People get hurt, you know. I, for one, don't like people talking me down or even looking at me down because I'm pretty vocal and I'll say something. I think that this should be just one big thing where we don't have to ever have that problem, you know. There should be, like, it's bullshit, you guys. Okay, at Cardston, you guys, they got a special ed. Well, we used to be called special ed in our day. Now, oh no, my day it was called modified. They were just coming out of that harsh word where they called it special ed, special education. And that's where that word came out for people that were handicapped and people said they were special. This is where this all came from. So you guys, our kids are not special. Our kids are not, don't need to have modified classes. My mom, in my mom's day, they had A, B, C, and D. That was either you're up at an 80, 90, or 90 to 100, then you're up at 80 to 90, then you're 70 to 80, and then you had the D students that were almost failing and shit. You know, my mom said people like Joe Redco and them were on that class. So my mom has a lot of people her age, eh? Anyways, you guys, they still do that today, and it's still just for natives. There's no, they don't take the white kids out. They have a one program and they have one teacher I don't know, yeah, teacher. It's called teacher because it's still elementary. They have that one teacher that works with them all the way until they're done high school. That's the way it was done in Carson. I went to Carson my whole life, you guys, except for grade 6 where I met Keon. So that's what I feel like. That's what I feel is not right. We shouldn't have to be going through this all the time, you guys. This is it's racial conflict. I'm gonna say it straight up, you guys. This is racial conflict that is brought on by these institutions such as our education department. And it is how can I say it in a nice way? They are ordered to keep teaching down this road, you know? And that's not right, you guys. I just don't feel like that's right. That separates us. And nowadays you guys see like right now, like back in my day, majority of the white people didn't really like the natives. You rarely saw a native guy and a native girl get together. Rarely. Anna Holt. You guys remember Anna Holt? Megan Bernicki? Yeah, these girls, yeah, you guys like of course they were always into the natives, eh? But they were part of the 1%, you guys, you know. 99% of these white girls don't look at natives like that. And that's why Anna Holt's awesome and Megan, I give you a shout out, give you props. If I jumped on council, I would have gave you a tax card. Yeah, no, you guys, yeah, no, but that is always going to remain. And there's always going to be that division, and the schools are going to teach it. And let me show you guys that real quick, because I don't want you guys to think I'm just talking shit. You guys know that I always back my shiz up. Yeah, you guys remember Keon Weaselhead? Fuck, that guy was awesome. Okay, share screen. Be prepared. Right there, you guys. I even made it into big words. Check it out. Give me 2 seconds. My computer's kind of slow, you guys. I was hoping I was gonna get a big computer for Christmas. I gotta uh, I gotta make do with this one. Okay, you guys, check this out. I want to show you something. I want to show you guys when I got this email. Okay, I got this from Carrie Redford. Okay. Okay, guys, look at the date right there. January 6th. You see that? January 6th. I'm circling. So January 6th, I received a letter from Cardston Elementary School from Mona. Mona, you're awesome. Shout out to Mona. If you see my video, Mona, I got nothing against you. My beef is simply with Corey Rowe. Sunday, January 5th. See that? You have to email her on Sunday, January 5th. How the hell am I supposed to How the hell am I supposed to email her on January 5th when she just gave me this email on January 6th saying oh, hey, you guys, we're being fair. Do your kids want to join the basketball program? And that's how it's run, you guys. And you guys, it's no different on the reserve. You know, that basketball league they got there, that's nothing but family. And that's why I used to always complain and rant, because these guys on the reserve are treating us the same way that they treat us on the white side. I'm gonna put that in my post too, you guys. Kainai treats its children in big letters no different than the Napiquaks. So if you guys are part of my channel, you guys have to know some of the words I'm saying, because I'm gonna use words sometimes that I don't like saying, so I'll say them in my language, my Blackfoot language, you guys. And not be quacks is simply a word of saying that's the white guy, you guys. So look at my question, my comments, you guys. Look at that. That's so far what I covered. If you just joined my channel, it's not what I covered. I'm speaking on them, so you guys didn't really miss anything. Kainai treats its children no different than not be quacks, because the basketball league they have here, only families allowed to join that, you know. And then I had this fucking fat fuck come and talk to me about some bullshit, talking my wife down, and that's what I don't get, you guys. It was because we had a discussion about hockey, and I want my kids to play hockey. I want them to be athletic. I don't want them to be fat, lazy, and how we're usually treated, you know. And people think that it's comfortable, but no, you guys, our children's health, you guys, it starts from when they're young. So that's why I want my kids to get out, be active, and play. But how can they get out, be active when people like Cardston does that? I mean, that's not cool, you guys. That is not cool at all. And yeah, they shouldn't be treating us like that. So has your child ever been discriminated? Yes. And here's another question, you guys. Actually, I'm gonna put, do you know anyone that's in Edmonton Max prison? Let's fix this up quick. Edmonton. Okay, guys, check out that question, right? there. Do you know anyone that's in Edmonton Max? Uh, I got a buddy, you guys. I'm his support. I forgot what they call it. A support. I'm a part of his support team. His name's Jerry Good Eagle, Browski. That's why I got the title up there. That's what I was initially gonna do my video on, you guys. Jerry Good Eagle. Um, let's get going, you guys. Let's do it. Are these? No, these are comments. Yeah. So yeah, you guys. Let's get on to my bro Jerry. Okay, you guys. 2017, November 18th. You guys, I got popped. I got popped for selling fentanyl. I ended up going to jail and got remanded. It's a real fucked up story, you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys the story one day. I'm gonna go in depth. Anyways, I went and I got a lot of bros that are in Edmonton Max. I have Mike Mitchell. He was up there. Jeez, my bro Cash Money, he's out there. Swigs, shout out to Swigs. Swigs was out there. Um, a lot of these guys have been out there. You guys into jail. My bro Jerry got first degree murder. You guys, he was convicted of shooting Michael Steinke in Calgary with a 22. I guess it was a 22. Well, no, they found a 22. I guess the weapon didn't really match. When they arrested Jerry, they didn't really find the evidence that was going to convict him. His brother was going to get charged for first degree murder because all the evidence was pointing towards his brother. And before they can get a chance to charge his brother for the crime, his brother went out in a shootout with the police up in Sutina, and his brother ended up passing away. So they had nobody to arrest for this murder. So this was an open case, and nobody was charged. You know how Calgary is, especially towards natives. It's no different than how they treat us here or anywhere else. They needed somebody convicted, so they ended up doing a raid. They went back to Jerry's house, and Jerry's little brother knew about the murder. The cops were there for a stolen car. And when the Jerry's little brother answered, the cop said, "You know what I'm here for?" And then that kid said, "Killer in Calgary." And the cops knew who he was. Browski was making deals on his phone, picking up customers, and the customers would get in the car, and they just felt something eerie in there. I told Jerry, "You're crazy for that, man. Why would you do deals with this guy's cell phone?" And you know, so they ended up taking money for like 2 days or something like that. I don't know. That was the story I was told, but I read something different in the newspapers, and you guys will probably read something different in the newspapers as well. Anyways, you guys, Jerry Broski ended up going into he ended up getting into a brawl, and he was in Calgary remand with the homeboy Scoob. Shout out to Scoobs if Scoob sees this. He was out there with our broski Scooby, and how did it go down again? I guess the Lebanese were acting up, and there was an all-out war in the jail. And Jerry down to Cardston. They end up shipping Jerry down to Cardston. He came down or to Lethbridge, and they end up at Lethbridge Correctional Center. That's where I met him. So that's where my story with Jerry begins, eh? And I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna plead out in January. I'm gonna plead out to manslaughter. They gave me 12 years, well, life 12." And he should have took that life 12, or he did take the life 12, but till today, I think like Jerry should have fought it because all they had was a weapon. They had a gun, but it was a 22. Apparently, this guy got his stomach blown out by a shotgun. So, anyways, I don't know, like in a, you know how the crown prosecutors are. If they're doing a puzzle and they find something that almost fits, they'll just fucking they'll finish the puzzle with it, even if it don't look right. And then you didn't do it the right way. So that's how the crown. If you guys look his name up on the newspapers, if you guys Google Jerry Good Eagle, it'll say what happened, and it'll say that he was driving around with his co-accused Dyson White. There was a body in the back of the car, and they did a deal with him, or they were these big top drug dealers, and then they took out this guy and they blew his stomach out, and ended up charging him for first degree murder. That's what the Crown prosecutor wrote, but what I'm telling you guys is the story. And Jerry didn't pull the trigger. It was Jerry's older brother. Jerry's older brother would have been convicted of this crime, but instead, Jerry's brother chose to go out with a bang. Um, Jerry went out with a bang. I mean, Jerry's brother went out with a bang. Cops end up nabbing Jerry and Dyson on it. Dyson White's his co-accused. So Dyson ends up going to the Dyson ends up getting picked up. Jerry got picked up, and then they were remanded. They got no bail, nothing like that. Anyways, that's how I met Jerry. He came down, and then we just got a bond. We just made a friendship, you know. And till today, I still like. Well, I haven't talked to him about a year, couple of years, you guys, and he's fighting addiction in there. He's battling addiction, and jail's the worst place to do because if you're in jail, you're never gonna sober up, and if you're not never gonna sober up, then chances are you can get killed by somebody. It could be done just like that in jail. So I gotta speak to him and find out where he's at right now, you guys, because it's pretty difficult trying to get a hold of him. Anyways, I'll get back to you a little bit more um, on that story, you guys, because there's a lot of details in it. Who else can I had some more subjects here. Oh yeah, current events, you guys. Maybe I'll do another live for that, you guys. I think I'll wrap this one up today. So I hope you guys read these comments, and stay tapped in with me till the end. And I'll show you guys another video when I get back some information that I'm looking at. And I was gonna do another video on the appeal. There's an appeal for the CNC, but I don't know, you guys. I don't really. I think the only reason why I did the videos on that is because someone on CNC kept shooting their mouth off, so that's why I kept doing the videos. But since then, they've backed off of me, and that's the reason why I kind of stopped doing the videos on it. And I support it, but not to the point where I'm gonna keep doing videos on it. So you guys stay tapped in with me on my next video. If you stayed with me this long, peace out.